How often do we procrastinate? How often do we say stuff like, yeah, I really should do that. I don't know. I guess I'm just lazy. We have a problem with too many choices, too many options, and not following through on any of them.
You said that you were going to graduate this year. You were going to finish college this year. You said you were going to run a marathon, right? This is what you said out of your mouth. All I'm doing is I'm saying, listen to me, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. I didn't tell you all year what you should do. But what I did tell you is don't talk about it, be about it.
When you do things, do them intentionally. Do the things that are going to move you forward.
There's no getting around it. There's no shortcuts in the corners. It just takes time. Focus on what you do. Become the best at it. Put in the time. Pay the dues. And eventually, great things are going to start happening.
Get an idea. Start walking and figure this out as you go. If you want it, you will find time in your life to do it. If you don't want it, you will continue to give me excuses. If you want it bad enough, you will figure out how to make this happen.
When you're on the road to success, you will have downfall. You will have times when you're hurt. You will have people who talk about you. You will have those hard days. But in those moments, that's what makes you great. That's what takes you from greatness to being a legend. When you don't know where else to turn, look within. Find that inner champion inside. There is always another level that you can reach. This is just a battle, and you will overcome.
You have to be willing to fail 100 times to succeed once. For me, failure was me having more information on how to succeed. And when you continue to move forward through hell and move forward past your fears and your insecurities and continue to push through this wall, you're brave, but you're really callous.
If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. You do what is easy. Complain about your situation, your circumstances. Stand around and be a volunteer victim like everybody else. Surrender and give up on your dreams. Become depressed and bitter and angry. Anybody can do that. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard.
This is the year for grinding. This is not the year of dreaming. We're not dreaming no more. We're not wishing no more. We're not watching other people ride the ride no more. This is our year where we don't need phenomenal skill. We just need a phenomenal will. So they're going to say no when you knock on the door. I will. It's going to rain sometimes. I will. You're going to feel discouraged sometimes. I will. No matter what the obstacle, I will. I will. I will. I must.
But if you do what is hard, keep coming back again and again and again. Get up dressed every day, knowing some way, somehow, with a spirit of expectation, I can do this. If you do that over and over and over again, your life will be easy.
Some of y'all are still running around making reference to what you accomplished last year. That shit is over. Get over it.
Wake up and don't settle where you are. You go after today. You go after your dreams. You go after your goals. Don't settle with where you are at your job.
Every time you set this big goal, you never get it accomplished because you never break it up in manageable pieces. This is it. I'm talking about procrastinating. You still have time. Don't quit. Don't give up. You still have time. You can do it. You can make it happen, but you can't do it procrastinating. You can't do it talking about it, all right? So I just want to go back and recap because I want to make sure you hear what I'm saying. But I dare you, I double dare you to do exactly what you said you were going to do when the year started because it's not too late.
I ain't used the clock in 20 years. My passion wakes me up. My drive wakes me up. My determination was my ability to be, do, and have whatever I want. It wakes me up. What wakes you up? What drives you? Why are you playing this game? Is it just a game? Or do you eat it? Do you sleep it? Do you drink it? Have you possessed the game? I ain't about to miss this opportunity. I'm about to give everything I got. And I will know if I don't get another gig, it won't have anything to do with the fact that I didn't put everything on the field. Every day, do something that moves you toward that goal, that keeps that goal alive and in sight and in focus. However small or insignificant that step might seem, take it.
Dominate. You must learn to dominate. You cannot compete.
I don't want you just to compete, because competing is dangerous. Because when you compete, you got to go all the way to the fourth quarter to make that thing happen. But when you dominate, you take your opponent out the game.
Some of y'all so caught up on the game that you don't get it. It is in practicing. It is in lifting weights. It is in resting. It is in eating right. It is in making good decisions that you look a certain way. Make sure you get what I just said. A quarterback doesn't look like a running back, and a wide receiver doesn't look like a DT. What's going on? It is how you practice. It is what you do that makes you look like you look. It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. It's not the game. And that's why most of y'all get beat in the game or make mistakes in the game, because you think grinding is what happens when the sun comes out. You think grinding is what happens when the lights come on. You think grinding is what happens when people get in the stage. That's not grind. The real grind is in the dark when nobody sees you.
As far as I can tell, it's just about letting the universe know what you want and working toward it while letting go of how it comes to pass. Is not to figure out how it's going to happen for you, but to open the door in your head. And when the door opens in real life, just walk through it. Always doors opening. They keep opening.
Yeah, feel me. Some of y'all trying to rush the 21 days. It takes 21 years to be 21 years old. Don't rush the process. Trust the process.
It's not about what you get. If you're focused on what you're going to get, you miss the most important thing that happens, which is who you become.
I've had clients, many clients in their 30s, who are trying to, this is more true with women, I would say. A lot of women who are very high achieving and who established their career goals at 30 and then want to differentiate out their life. They want to have a husband, they want to have a family, they're trying to figure out how to do that. And one of the things I've noticed that around 30, you really have to stop comparing yourself in some ways to other people. And the reason for that is that the particularities of your life are so idiosyncratic that there isn't anyone really all that much like you, because the details of your life happen to matter. And so maybe you compare yourself to some rock star or something like that, and the person's rich and famous and glamorous and all that, but they're alcoholic and they use too much cocaine and they've had 3 divorces, and it's like, how the hell do you make sense out of that? Is that someone that you should judge yourself harshly against or not? The answer is you don't know, because you don't know all the details of their lives. And who do you know that you can compare yourself to? That's easy. You. Yesterday. So here's a good goal. It's something like, well, aim high. And I really mean that. It's like, and we'll talk about that a little bit too. Aim high, but use as your control yourself. It's like, so your goal is to make today some tiny increment better than yesterday. And you can use better, you can define better yourself. This doesn't have to be some imposition of external morality. You know where you're weak and insufficient, where you could improve. You think, okay, well, this is what I'm like yesterday. If I did this little thing, things would be just an increment better. And, well, that's a great thing, because you get the ball rolling, and incremental improvement is unstoppable. You can actually implement it, and it starts to generate Pareto distribution-like consequences. It starts to compound. And I've seen that happen in people's lives over and over. People write me all the time and tell me that they're doing that, but I've seen that happen in people's lives continually. They make a goal that, the goal should be, how could I conceive of my life so that if I had that life, it would clearly be worth living, so I wouldn't have to be bitter, resentful, deceitful, arrogant, and vengeful.
You keep on gossiping, and I'll keep on working. You keep talking smack, and I'll keep working. You keep focusing on everything and everyone else, and I'll keep working. And when you finally look around at where you are and where I am, you'll realize that you have nothing left to talk smack about, and you will lose. and I will win. That's the key. If you take an oak tree seed and you put it in a 2-foot pot, that seed will never become that oak tree, because it's not gonna get stifled by the 2-foot pot. That's logic science, right? Now check this out. Ain't nothing wrong with that seed. That seed just fell prey to the environment. Don't you allow your environment to dictate you. And you've got to be so relentless, regardless of what comes down the pike, that you're always looking for a way, that you can break through, and always looking for a way that you can win, always looking for a way that you can strike a blow. It's you, man. It's you.